Hey guys, thanks for joining me here in sunny South Carolina. My sister Tracy is observing here, so I'm getting graded on this. I miss you guys, so I thought, you know, maybe I'd tell you guys a story. So, I guess you could say it's a story time with Isaac. Alright, so this story takes place on the night of prom. We just got all dolled up, went to the park, took our pictures with, you know, we had lightsabers and we took prom pictures with lightsabers, so that was fun. Here's one right here. We decided that it was time to go for dinner, so we ran from the park. We were already really late to prom. Ran from the park, got in the car, headed off to Don Pablo's and got some Mexican food. We were eating, we were kind of finishing up, joking around and laughing, and suddenly I look over at Juwan and he's standing there with this look on his face. He's like, and I'm like, what is it, Juwan? What if I went over to those girls over there and I took this dollar bill and I said, hey, can I have your number? You're not gonna do that, Juwan. Excuse me. Okay, fine, you do it. All right, Juwan, I will. So I take his money and I turn around to the table of girls behind us and I walk over and I lean over one of the girls and I slide the dollar across the table to her. Hey, I was wondering if I could just have your number. I'll give you $1. Still looking down at this point, she was like, no, you can feel free to say no. My feelings won't be hurt, I promise. No thanks. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. So I start to walk away, and I kid you not, she looks up and she's like, wait, actually, yeah. And she turns around to talk to her friends, and I'm like, okay. So I'm scrambling around looking for a pen, and I just see Juwan from the table behind me. He's like, I have a pen! And he chucks it at the back of my head, and it smacks into my head and falls on the floor. And the girl turns around, do you have a pen? Yeah, I just found this one on the floor here. So I give it to her and I hold out my hand. You want me to write this on your hand? And I was like, yeah. So she writes on my hand and whatever, they go back to their dinner, we go back to paying for ours. As we start to leave the restaurant, I go over to Juwan, I'm like, hey Juwan, I have an idea. Go over to the table of girls, since you were a wimp about, you know, asking for their number. Go over to the table of girls and tell them that we are actually gay together and it was just a joke. Okay. So he goes over and tells them that, and we get up and start to leave the restaurant. And as we walk out, I kind of like wrap my arm around his waist and I turn back to them. I'm so sorry. And then we just leave. And her friends were kind of making fun of her. So I'm really sorry about that. I feel terrible. But it was pretty funny. It made for a good story. Thank you guys for joining me. It was a blast. Sorry. Thank you guys for joining me and watching the video. You'll be seeing a lot more of me this summer. I'll see you guys soon. All right, bye.